Hi, this is the Busy People Podcast. My boy Ben Goetz.
It's all about the ice pop. This is the last look from the ice pops from camp.
Yeah, so give us a little bit about your background. Where did you grow up? Give us a little bit about what was your early life.
I'm still growing up. Still figuring myself out.
Where were your parents live originally?
Baltimore.
Okay. And then how do you get from Baltimore to
They actually both Bali Tshuva. I'm one of six. I'm the youngest of six. And all my siblings were born in Israel, except for me. But for some reason, I'm still Israeli. Let's sit closer so you can see both of us together.
We're good. Just chill.
Just chill. Whoa!
Just chill. You gotta just chill. It's good to go.
Your fist's all tied up in your face. You're nervous.
Just let's do this.
So I'm one of six. I'm the youngest of six. And I was born in the States. All my siblings were born in Israel. My parents were, they gave up their whole life, their whole career, sort of, their families to a certain extent. I mean, their parents loved them. They accepted them for who they were and the change of their lifestyle. But they still gave up a lot, and they wanted to find the truth and the emes. And they found emes and other things, but when they found Kule emes, the Torah, that's what they focused on. They were Talmidim of Noach Weinberg. That you know Aleph, you teach Aleph. You know Beis, you teach Beis. Yes, you have to come to Talmud Chacham. You have to know Torah Torah.
So you're six siblings, and you grew up in Baltimore. Did you go through Ner Yisrael?
Wait a second. So Noach Weinberg taught my parents, and my father was in the kollel there. Then he worked in the office. One of the first students in Asia Torah, talking about you gotta scoot in, bro. We're talking about a long time ago. There you go. Now we're talking.
This is great.
This is good.
So give it.
So now he was there for 9 years. Got smicha from Noach Weinberg, and he became a ben Torah, a rav, a rabbi. He never did kira professionally, but he did love helping Yidden. Like I said, you know Aleph, you teach Aleph. You know Beis, you teach Beis. You know the Seres Div, you teach the Seres Div. You know Mishnah, you teach a Mishnah. Just keep spreading. From Noach Weinberg used to always say, one man could kill 6 million, one man could save 6 million. That was his mission. We're going to save the Jewish people. He felt that there was a Holocaust. People were being sucked into secularism, whatever it was. I don't know. The frum world, they live in their own little cocoon. But the world is jungle out there. It's confusing. And it was that way, and it's still that way. And we lose them. So we have to pull them in because they have a Yiddish in the
Can I get the answer out of you? What was your upbringing like? Your parents were Noach Weinberg people.
So they lived there for about nine
years in Baltimore.
No, in Eretz Yisrael. 1 or 2 years in Malayam, in Kikar Shabbos over there. What's that neighborhood called? The Meir Sharim. And then they moved to Malayamas. They started a yishuv surrounded by Arabs. It was dangerous. It was stressful. And money was hard. Money was tight. They had careers or whatever. They had degrees of America, but they weren't working in those fields. He had 5 kids. Money was tight. And they didn't see a path of wait, how does this work financially? Continue to work in a yeshiva or in the kollel, and it just didn't make sense. And they were becoming very poor. So they decided to go back to the state, to visit the States. And then they decided to stay. They decided to stay and settle in Baltimore, where there was a yeshiva, Ner Yisrael. Thought it would be good for their children and for the community, and they were right. And it was a solid upbringing we had, Torah Dick and Stark and a lot of good role models there. And we all grew up there. I was born there after a year or two of being in America for my parents. Lived in one house right near Haffershul, a very old house. It's over 100 years old now. And I went to there's 2 main schools at that point, TI and TA, Talmudical Academy and Yeshivas Yitzchak. My brother went to TI, I went to TI. And my brother's 10 years older. He's the oldest. I'm the youngest. 4 girls in the middle. And but that message my father did, he never did kira professionally, but he taught us around the Shabbos. He pulled in all sorts of Yidden, normal, crazy, didn't make a difference. Just love these Yidden, teach them, give them a warm piece of chicken, My father always ran the Shabbos table in a Torah Eifen, where everyone was included. Kids, adults, guests, and it wasn't, he didn't let anyone dominate the Shabbos table. He had a certain system. I still do it at my Shabbos table, very similar to him. It puts everyone in the same playing field. It takes away there's a certain system. You create a word, and everyone it connects to the parsha at the end, and it just flows.
So how did you were the first 9 years in Eretz Yisrael?
Then you lived in Baltimore for 40 years or more, and they just made Aliyah a couple years ago.
So you're 9 years old when you moved back to Baltimore, and you did from 9 to when in Baltimore?
I was born in Baltimore, and I was born in Sinai Hospital. And I lived there my whole life. Middle school, elementary school, elementary, middle school. I went to high school to Ner Yisrael, most of high school. Then I went to Beis Medrash.
I did time in Shulman's. I went to Shulman's.
Can you pause for a second?
No, you call this guy back.
It's my house for the program. Can you quiet down? Put the side button. Okay, yeah, weiter. We're middle of our special meeting. It's a special, yeah. So we had.
So you did your time in Baltimore. You're growing up in TI, Torah Academy.
School was hard.
School's hard. What's that like for you?
I like to get attention, and I was smart in certain ways, but school was hard. And
wait a second. School's hard, but you're now a teacher. You're a legend over here in this place. YT. Wait a second. No, you can't go.
Sense. All makes perfect sense. What do you mean?
How is it that you're a guy who school's hard and you're now teaching first graders in the beginning?
That's exactly why. I can relate to them. Understand, like, each one, all they cared about is social. All I cared about was, like, being funny and having friends and being the star. Kids, you just want you have to help the kid be the king he could be and make him feel good. That's it.
So what do you think that was? So you're from what age to what age did you
struggle?
You're in YT. You're in where do you TI is from when to when for you?
5 years old, 6 years old till 8th grade.
Till 8th grade. 8th grade. Where do you go for high school?
Ner Yisrael.
Ner Yisrael. You went both high school and Beis Medrash or just high school?
High school pretty much, and Beis Medrash a couple years, yeah.
Where are you as a person from 5? You have your parents raised you or an Israeli mindset. Obviously, your mother's selling books.
But I was American. I was born in America.
You're America, but
I happen to be Israeli because I'm both my parents were Israeli because when they lived there, they were Israeli. But yeah, I was American. Can't even speak a word of Hebrew barely.
But I'm saying, like, what is that mentality to help people?
Ask me, like, how was the struggle in school? How did that?
Yeah, how was the struggle in school? How was the upbringing for your parents?
That was rough. My mother was a backbone in that I knew that I had a stable home. I knew that my mother would bat for me, fight my teachers, say, no, give him a 70, and, he's working his best. He's absolutely trying his best, and she had my back. So ultimately, I was safe at home. School was hard just because school was hard to sit still and hard to listen, and I wanted attention. So I had to fight with the teachers because they were trying to kick me out all the time. And I don't remember much of it. I was just a little bit of a bully, but I just wanted attention. I wanted to be the star. I wanted to rock, and I did rock. I had a great time. Just get kicked out every day from class.
What do you think for the kids now? You're the first grade teacher. What was that like from 1st to 8th grade in TI?
The hardest years were 1st to 5th, actually.
So what do you think for all these men and women that are sending children here to YTE or any school in Houston or Baltimore or Fakewood or Muncie or Brooklyn or Israel? What do you think from your younger years to now as a teacher? What did that teach you in your younger years? What did that mold you as a person till the man you're sitting today?
Definitely my teachers are bam somewhat, but I said mainly the home. You gotta be real. You gotta make eye contact. You gotta show them you understand them. You gotta relate to them. Meet them where they're at. Be consistent. See the good in them. Hold them accountable. Keep things moving. Simcha dik. Just be simcha dik. Just keep rocking. A lot of the books my mother wrote are about these kinds of topics.
And what do you do when you have a down moment?
That's the kind of home.
But you're saying that you had a hard time from 1 to 5th grade, even yourself.
Yeah.
So,
school.
What do you think?
I was a happy kid still.
School is most men and women have a hard time in their younger years. How do you relate to that today?
What do you mean younger years? Like what?
You said from 1 to 5th grade,
Okay.
you had a hard time. So how would you say that the first grader that's coming to you next year? Right now, there's a kid. He's showing up at Ben's. He's in 1st grade now. He just graduated primary. He's going to 1st grade here in YTE or in any school in America.
What's your question?
How do you see the person that's coming into your class now, in a month from now, versus that you would give guidance to this child if he's going to look at to make sure that he's a good man for the rest of his life, based on your experiences?
That's not a question. You're saying a whole nice speech.
It's not a speech. What is your experience, your struggle from 1 to 5th grade, now that you give to this guy that's coming to your class? It's a very serious question.
Yeah. So all those things that I just said a minute ago, simcha, structure, love and word that, set the tone, be consistent. Those are the things that I've gained, and that's what I give my students. And I give them that I give them those.
And where you get from, let's just say now you're 15, 20 years old, how you get from 15, 20 to now a married man?
36.
Now you're 36. So from 15 to 36.
So then high school. So then after 8th grade, I went to Ner Yisrael. Ner Yisrael was really good. That had a super structure. They worked you hard. They had different tracking, so that worked well for me. And they had tests, and they held you accountable. So it still was very stressful, but really made you learn. And I was maturing. And high school was very good for that, for the most part. It was really a struggle, some of these beginnas and tests. But that was some good learning that made you do. Some people it's too hard, but I needed that structure and that pressure, because I really did learn a lot. And the structure was great. And there was, good food, good friends, good people, experiences, growing up, maturing. And that was throughout high school. Then base measures, you were more independent. We were less structured, more independent, which I still did well, connected a lot. My Rebbeim and friends, but I didn't grow as much, as intense, because didn't expect that as much, but still a really awesome experience. Then I went to Eretz Yisrael after 2 years base measures. Was there for 2 years. That was a very transformative, special experience. 2 years straight I was there. I had some siblings there, but I went to yeshiva called Torah Simcha. Baal Shazal Rubinstein was a yeshiva. He was a Talmud of Chatzkel Levenstein. He was a powerhouse.
And
what life is all about.
What makes you interested by a rabbi, in your opinion? Because you're saying he was a powerhouse. What made him a powerhouse, in your opinion?
I guess I'm seeing a trend who I connect to and appreciate. It's like certain realness, certain intenseness, certain dramaticness. So he was very dramatic when he spoke, and he spoke the same thing every time. It was just real, and the stories, and he lived it himself. So it was real. And I'm thinking, now I don't connect with him the same way. It was not my Rebbe, but like Joey Nuka. Like his songs are real, they're intense, and he sings it in a dramatic way. I'm a dramatic kind of guy, and I think I learned it from my father a little bit, but so I guess those are Rebbeim. Some Rebbeim also were more dramatic, more physically dramatic, and just real people connect to that.
So do you think, even what I'm hearing, is that your younger years till now that you're giving off, you like dramatic things and happiness is what I'm just as a fly on the wall.
Total.
When you're giving the first grader, to go back to my other question, it's not just simcha, because simcha is very nice, but when a guy's 5 to 8, he's just molding his brain. From 3 to 9, we mold our brains, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a study, many studies, but in that younger years, we're molding our minds and brains. So what I'm hearing, to go back to my question previously in public, that you're like to take the inside of you of this great rabbi of dramatic to bring in simcha, I think. It's just a thought. Now, going back, how do you get from, you're now in yeshiva, you're in Eretz Yisrael, you're by this rabbi, did you get married? What age did you get married?
So I was there for 2 years in Eretz Yisrael, Baal Shazal Rubinstein. That was amazing. And then I came back for a second, third, fourth, for 5th year base measures, back to Ner Yisrael. Then I started dating, and within the year, I think, I don't remember exactly, I was in the Chabura, Chabura with Rabbi Horowitz, and there's Nashim. Again, very little structure, but something to keep me busy in a good way.
You got smicha?
Never got official smicha, no. And
Do you have a synopsis on smicha?
what do you mean synopsis?
Do you have an opinion on guys getting smicha?
No, I don't have an opinion. I think it mandates you to learn and master something great. You know.
But you didn't
I
have.
officially got smicha for my own self when I came to Rebbe in Houston, Texas.
Okay, but let's say, wait a second. So you're learning in this chabura, and then you get married.
So that was
within the
going
year?
out dating, or I think so. Oh no, I made a mistake. Sorry, I went back to. Came back. I was in Ezra Neuberger's shir. I missed him because he was a third-year base measures. I really enjoyed his shir. He was very clear, structured, and dramatic. See, this is being consistent here. He spoke in a certain way. It was very clear, very structured, very systematical, and like he just. Neubergers in general are dramatic people. Sheftel, it was a chazan and the menahel of Ner Yisrael. Like it was just a whole experience. The tefillah and Yom Nairav, and he just rings in your bell 15, 20 years later. You just hear him.
And how do you end up with your wife from Atlanta?
So wait a second. So that was my I was in his ship for a year, and I was dating also then. I think I got engaged then in his year or something.
You got rid of shit? Regular?
Yeah. I went on
How many dates
few
you go on?
girls, and my wife.
How many dates you go with your wife?
His brother was like a dorm counselor. He was a couple years older than me. He was a dorm counselor there, and he, my wife said to him, my in-laws, like, can you tell us a few guys in the industry? I was like, no one for my sister. They just give us 3 names. I was like, maybe Goetz, this guy, Goetz. So my brother-in-law read our shidduch, and they told Mrs. Berkowitz. Mrs. Berkowitz saw the few names. He's like, no. Yeah. She's like, yeah, maybe that one. So we went out, and 13
How many
dates.
dates?
13
dates. How many months?
I made that up. I don't know, 2-3 months. I don't know.
2-3
I was
months.
in a master's program at the time I got engaged. I was in a master's education program.
But wait, was it 13 or not 13?
I don't remember the exact number. I have no idea.
Approximately.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, approximately 13, 12, 14. I don't know.
So 2 months.
Yeah, give or take.
So you did really quick. Almost every few days.
I don't know.
Fine, so you got a master's. What do you get the master's?
July, we got engaged July. We got, I don't know, June something. Got married August something.
Okay, and you get married and you have a master's or no master's?
We did 2 summers of master in education. I think that was we got engaged.
Did you get
the
it?
First one. There, second year.
Wait a second. Where did you get the
summer.
degree? Did you get it in BWI?
No, it's Johns Hopkins.
Johns
Through
Hopkins.
Ner Yisrael, yeah.
Through Ner Yisrael.
They have
My mother got it in Baltimore also. My mother's a degree from Baltimore.
Really? And what?
Occupational therapist.
Nice.
But then all my aunts got. I'm in Baltimore.
Yeah, really?
Me, my grandmother's.
Who?
That's the Kayla Fleischman. She's in Baltimore.
Fleischman's.
Yeah.
It's a big name in Baltimore.
Yeah. So wait a second. So you get married to your wife from Atlanta.
We got married in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Beth Jacob, it's called, I think. Yeah, they did a renovation right after that. And that was amazing. Simcha Leiner sang at the wedding, and my whole family came down from all over. And that was very special.
Wait a second. I want to go there for a second. So you have family from all over. What is that like for you? Like, I see your family in
my brother's in Phoenix, Arizona.
You're Phoenix. You have Texas now. You have in New Jersey.
Yeah.
In New York.
Eretz
In
Yisrael.
Eretz Yisrael. What is
Baltimore.
that? Baltimore. What does that make you as a man?
So I think it's we're only 2 brothers, me and my brother in Phoenix. So let's just talk about us for a second. My nephew, my older brother's son, he asked my father, "Why do you daven at that shtiebel in Baltimore? Why do you daven like a regular shul? Why do you do this?" So my father answered, "Because I go to places that I feel like I make the greatest difference." I think that's his site. Noah Weinberg, he did things that he can make the greatest difference. Yeah, anyone could be the Rosh Hashiva of a regular yeshiva, so to speak. But Noah wanted to make the biggest difference that he could make. So I think that's something we have to remember. Everyone's got to make the difference where they can make the difference. Even if it means go to Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, there was a Rosh Chabur, my brother in Lakewood. He did good stuff in the regular mainstream. But now he's a Rosh Hashiva of a yeshiva that wouldn't be otherwise. And he's developed it over like 15 years already, this yeshiva. It's like, you go where you can make the greatest difference. So I think it's all from my spiritual Zadie, so to speak, of Noah Weinberg. I'm in Houston. I don't know. I love it here. I'm making a good difference, I think. So that's why I love doing.
So wait a second. So we have a lot.
So my other siblings, they're sisters. So they have to do it with their husbands. But the same Yesod still happens wherever
Where
we
do
go.
they live?
Make the greatest difference. Wherever that greatest difference is going to be.
And where do they live?
They live in Lakewood, Baltimore, and Eretz Yisrael.
Okay. So wait a second. So you just came now You just got married. Where do you live right when you got married?
Baltimore for like 2 years. Cross country apartments, a lot of young couples there.
Yeah.
And then we got Rabbi Garfield reached out to Rabbi Ezra Neuberger, the Rosh Kol, the Rebbe that I was with last. And he said, do you have anyone that wants to go into chinuch that you know? So I was interning at TA and going during my lunch break, going to our Moskowitz's class or Brescher's class at TA in Baltimore, the Rockstar Rebbeim. And I just enjoyed it. I'm like, this is what I want to do. So I had the master's and I did interning. And then he reached out and Rabbi Ezra said, oh, maybe this guy Goetz. So he contacted me with Garfield of YT. And I said, man, not right now, maybe in another year. So then
So you did 3 years in
2 years in Cole. And then I
Colo and
Baltimore.
Okay.
Then I contacted Garfield back. I said, okay, we can come give it a try actually. Maybe a little earlier.
So here,
I wanted to stay in Cole for a little longer.
So this building brought you down here.
Yeah, this place brought me down here.
So YTE brought
me and my wife, we both worked in the school. She did pre-K, did first grade we did it for many years. So this is like my 12th year now.
12th year.
And then we came down, we did a model lesson.
How many kids do you have now?
My wife did a model lesson. We came down with 1 kid. Now we're working on it. We have 5.
5.
Yeah.
So.
And
so
we liked it. We liked it. We're making
what do you say?
Houston has grown tremendously. And I want to keep making a big difference and I appreciate it for what I can bring to the table. And each time that'll continue.
What do you think of chinuch from 12 years ago here in Houston till today?
Yeah, it's shifting a little bit. It's, coming more in-towny and, keeping up with the Dow Jones, but just stay pure and simple, I'm hoping.
And can I ask you a little bit about some of the difference? So you're a teacher, I see, interesting. And then because you're interested in publication and teaching, you like teaching not just, and I see that your mother, obviously, as you said earlier, is dramatic, ended up starting this book series about 30 years ago, approximately.
More, when she was on the Yishuv, she was writing the first books. They can't even buy now. They're old.
So wait,
books.
So what's the company called?
Right now, as of 5 years ago, my wife stopped teaching the school, and now she started doing in her own way of teaching chinuch, even broader.
What's the company again?
Growing Impact Publications.
Growing Impact Publications. And what are the number one books that you guys have sold?
So we just recently republished the old one from 40 years ago, The Happiness Box. Timeless message, how to bring real happiness that lasts. And one that's been so popular recently that parents are struggling. All these books are called Impact Publications because they're important messages for parents and children together. Parents are struggling. They want tools to raise the most healthy children with the most important ideals. So this book is called The Mother Always Said Yes. It's about healthy boundaries.
And where does the money, I see you're always raising money. How do you look at connections within school in the Jewish world? What is your way? I see you have a very unique way of connecting with people.
It's unique?
I think it's unique to your
I'm
genuine
limited
real
I'm a
self.
first grade Rebbe, so I just got to focus on that. But within the community or people I bump into and tell them the books that we're creating and how helpful they are, important, the messages they are, and say, would you want to be a part of that? So they help pay for the cost of the book because book publishing is not really a money-making thing. It maybe make a little bit, but it's not really about that. My wife puts a lot of time and effort into it. We haven't made a penny yet off of it. It just goes back in the company. But it's so invigorating and exciting that we can help bring parents and children together to help them give the most important messages over in the most clear ways. And my mother's most famous for clear and simple, joyful ways to give over these messages. She's most famous for her safety books. About 16 years ago, bruise prevention in the film world was hushed, pushed under the carpet. And then she came out with some books, and still they weren't even accepted, till one threw in a couple pages about it within general safety. And then that started to help. And then about 9 years ago, a book totally about personal safety came out, talking about personal privacy. And that since then, thank God, people have been talking about it. It's just that's the best way to defense is education and awareness. And now, literally 2 months ago, we just put out the same kind of book as personal privacy. It's called My Special Body. For younger kids even. Start the conversation.
What is your soul?
Normalize it from the youngest of ages.
What is the soul and the body, in your opinion?
So, Nourish the Soul is actually the name of one adult book my mother wrote. It's her journey of how she became from and her struggles along the way. Nourish the Soul. So, we're a body and a soul. But it seems like we're a body, but really we're mainly a soul. And the body just houses it. I like to say, for example, my kids in my class eat lunch. What's the main part of your lunch? Is it the aluminum foil around the pizza? Or is it the pizza? So that's how the body of it, the container is the aluminum foil. But the aluminum is not the point of lunch. The point of lunch is the inner part, the container with the noodles inside. The purpose is the noodles, the pizza, to get to the lunch. The container is not the main point. It can be aluminum foil, it can be plastic, a Ziploc, not so. You need it to house it, to get here in one piece, to bring the pizza from your house so you can eat lunch. But it's not the main idea.
So what do you think? There's so many different parts of life, right? There's to live life, you need to know business side. I see, and then I'm saying like but you have to make money to pay.
Hustle, yeah.
You gotta pay bills. So what is your life from Judaism? Obviously, as a father now with 5 kids, a wife. Obviously, where do you look at as the Torah world today in business? Obviously, selling these books, you're building a company. You're ultimately building a business. Interestingly enough, around your teaching and around you being in the city, where do you take that?
I don't know if this fully answered the question, but I know these are important messages. I know it's helpful. I could be a conduit to help bring this. What a treat. I could be talking about selling watches, which is awesome. We're making business, they'll make money off each watch. Houses even, great. But I get a high from the spiritual part of it, that they're so meaningful. Like it's just such an exciting thing. So it's not just business, it's more like business and just so it's chinach. It's chinach, and it's bringing parents tools that can help them with their own children.
And where does what's his name, the one who ran Adelphia for you,
Rabbi Trink?
Rabbi Trink, like what do you believe in that?
Like
love every Jew just for the love of the Jew. What's your take? You're saying smiley, but when you're raising children, you're teaching children. What is?
So glad you said that, because I never was a Rebbe. I met him a few times in Ner Yisrael by the Einik Shabbos or Shagi Newberger's house. He's related to him. But yeah, he's dramatic. He was a wild man. But at the same time, he had boundaries. The mother always said yes, he had boundaries. It seems like not in his stories, but he did. He's a role model in my mind, yes, of just love them, see the good in them. Boundaries. Don't let them. At one of the kids' storybooks, he was giving a shir and the room was messed with garbage, and he did his boundary. We were not learning like this. The room's a mess. Can't learn Torah like this. What do you mean? Just love them. These garbage. Who cares? Just love them anyway. We're not learning Torah like this. Like, you deserve better respect. We all deserve the whole room. We can't. So he went and he started cleaning up the whole room. They're like, Rebbe, stop. No, you lost your chance. You should have done it when I was waiting. You didn't. I'm doing it. Next time you could do it. Dude, that's just love them. But that's also boundaries. That's exactly what I love. Whoa.
What is boundaries to you about helping people and pushing the envelope in the world of religion, of Judaism, as a person who's a spiritual man?
I didn't catch the question. Pushing boundaries.
Pushing boundaries.
Oh, from you, all these mitzvahs.
All these mitzvahs, having to show as youngsters today, as you're teaching young men. You said that he brought a boundary. You're saying that you have the world, right? You have business. You have to pay the bills. You have to hustle. You have to build a company.
Yeah. So it's tricky because all the bodily things can distract us, but we have to be role models and true to ourselves first, and that feel privileged and enjoy it and be truly simple. Like my Trink. He was the happiest guy in the world. Like, I just, whoa. He took a kid in the camp book for the kids. He saw a kid that was holding his stomach. He's like, He started walking with him and he cared about it. They started running. All of a sudden they were distracted. They were happy. But because he cared. So it has to be intrinsic that you have to really be happy and know that you're good, that you appreciate, you're confident for your own self in a pure way. And then it'll be affectionate. So therefore, if the mitzvahs keep us in a structure and a guy, that's only going to help us. But you have to be appreciative of it intrinsically. You can't say, yeah, but eating kosher 26 hours, that limitations. Yeah, but you have to really appreciate being a yid and eating kosher, knowing that affects your neshama and your body, and that's the best ingredients for you to live the best life, and really believe that. Then it'll be affectionate and they'll appreciate it. It's not, you don't have to push it on anybody. It's not going to wait.
Where's your limitations?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, where's your limitations to Judaism, as you're saying about kosher, of messing up? You as a man. You.
Yeah.
And you falling. I know you for a little bit to know
We all fall down.
So what are you saying about limitations, my guy? Like, what the crunch? You're not perfect. So where's the limitations for Ben Goetz to work on himself as a real man?
I had a thought for a second. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but falling down, yeah, struggles. What's your question?
Where's the limitations of Ben Goetz of you fall down, you're not perfect.
In eating, or are you saying something before also?
Whatever you want.
Yeah. You gotta be real again. You gotta be real. You gotta be real that you gotta be striving yourself and eat them and learn Torah and be growing and treat your wife with super respect and your children, and you gotta be real. If you're not being real, then you're falling. And if you're real and you mess up, that's fine too, and you just get back up.
So where does business interline with a guy falling as being real in Judaism, in your opinion?
Business. I'm not really such a business guy, to be honest.
Yeah, but you have bills to pay. You make a living. You pay bills. Let's use right now. You're a teacher. Hypothetically, you're a teacher, right? You are a teacher, and you make a living. And where does the living go into saying, okay, I do this contract, but I also have my boundaries. This is who I am as a Jewish man.
It all fits together perfectly. What's the problem?
In your way, what's your experience?
Okay, what's my experience in paying for bills and working and Muna and all that? My experience. I do think that people are wired a certain way. Like you could have a poor man mentality, rich man mentality, and you're drawn by, like I said, a Noach way of helping people. And like I heard someone talking about like housing and this and that and banging. I'm like, I turned the other way. I didn't even want to hear the rest of the conversation. It didn't excite me. So people have to go whatever their passion is, what they're good at, what Hashem wants them to do. And it could be a billionaire, a Rebbe. You could be a poor businessman. Like it's all Hashem, but do what you're good at. Do what you're enthralled by, and you have to enjoy it. Does it always work out? Or Rebbeim don't usually get paid so much. Answer is just keep pushing forward, do what makes sense, and try to be responsible, but let Hashem take care of it, because if you're doing the right thing, don't worry about it that much. Making sense?
Yeah, where's your journey of parenting right now in your life? Right now you have 5 children. Jeez. Where's your parenting, and where do you see the world going for parents or chinach as a whole with just the moving parts of the world today?
Yeah. My mother, she was always very, didn't really work until all the kids were out of the house. She was very present. Which always felt like she was there for us. I was saying when I was in school, she was a backbone. So parents are very distracted. And they'll put the kids in programs and buy this iPad for them and give them a karate lesson. Just be present. Just be there. Including myself, we're always distracted. We're running busy. And we need to be busy because we have to stay busy for many good reasons. Kids need to know that you are there. You are present. It's very valuable that. For your mind and you're physically present. It doesn't be for hours and sitting there like a doofus. But that's the most valuable thing you give your kids. That time, that you're there. Like really there. Not distracted by your phone, so it's super hard. So kids just need their parents. And there's no substitute. That's why they have these books. I'm like, dude, you gotta read this book with your kid on a regular basis. Deepen your relationship and deepen these important ideas. It's not a toy. It's like, here, read this is for you to work together with your children. There's no way about it. There's no shortcuts.
What would be 5 books you would recommend that you like to read, or Judaism or non-Judaism?
I'm just going to talk about mother's books. I don't know. I don't really think about mother. I don't read much, and these are the ones on my mind all the time. And that's also another part good about this business is like, I'm talking about such special things all the time. Like, by osmosis, my kids, it can annoy them sometimes. We're always talking about it, but thank God. I'm not talking about other silly studios, So Baruch Hashem for that. 5 best books. Oh my gosh, the happiness box.
It could be Judaism also. You like Chumash?
The Torah's pretty good. Yeah, the Torah's pretty good. don't read this book. It took me more than 20 some odd years to just understand it properly and then give over that message in a joyful way. That struggles are good for us. We don't want them. We don't ask for them. But when they come to us, they're perfect. They're godly. They're meant for us. They make us stronger people. We need that actually. And that can make it pretty joyful going through the struggles. Like it's just knowing that in the back of your mind that it's good. It's really good. So the Yetzer Hara is actually on our team.
What would you say about the struggle?
Team. Do you hear that? Yetzer Hara, Yetzer Tov? Yeah, that's pretty tiring. But actually, they're on the same team. He just puts on a mask to make it look like the struggle, because we need that struggle. But even the Yetzer Hara is on our team. Pella, I heard the Maharsha says, in the Yetzer Hara to be shechted when Mashiach comes. Shechted Yetzer Hara. It means that the mask is going to get pulled off and to be clear. Oh my gosh, you were like on my side the whole time. Because the mask is always changing. Right now he says, that's such a dumb baseball game. He puts on the mask, I'm better than those guys. Just talking negative. Or he put on a mask. But behind the scenes, he's like, this is a great game. Puts on another mask. He's saying like, oh, I wish I had that car. Yeah, look how sweet that car is. Like, wait, look at you have your house, your car, Stender, nice shirt. Look at what you have. And he gives techniques on how to overcome the struggles. The Yetzer Hara wants you to overcome that. He just puts on a mask to give you that struggle, to appreciate what you have. That's why we have 100 brachas every day. We have so many reminders that appreciate what you have. Be grateful. The whole thing, all the books are about growing gratitude muscles. What are some other books? That's a Yid. A Yid is being grateful. Yehudi means hoda, thankful, gratitude. Appreciating what we have is always what we don't have. Rabbi Noach Weinberg, what is love? The opposite of what the world says. What's love? Love is seeing the good in another person. For sure there's flaws. See the good. That's love.
Do you think that's what realness is? Realness is seeing the good in the other person.
For sure,
showing and telling him, hey, you're sincere, you're good, you're good to go, you're good.
Tell them why they're good. Say the specific things. You're great at drawing. You have a nice smile. You're a good shooter. You eat delicious food. You're a good personality. It's an enjoy to be with you. You're just a calm person. You relax me. Tell them specific things. Not you're just good. You're good because, but there's flaws. Everyone has flaws. That's fine. So,
where do you think of technology?
Books, where do you think invisible books shows that?
Where do you think technology is going to go with books? Do you have?
Well, the From World is my best sellers because they know my mother, also because they will always read a book because of Shabbos, and that's from here to the secular world. I don't really know. Just keep pushing forward. That's all.
So you think you just keep pushing forward? And what would be
if you're doing good stuff?
One lesson that you learned from 0 to 38 that you would say that you would think of right
36.
now. 36. From 0 to 36. Double chai. What do you think of?
Well, I'm still learning.
What do you think of the world?
I'm still learning a lot because
Because Louis Crunchy? Because you Louis Crunchy?
Everyone has their strengths and everyone has what they're, but it's hard to balance other people's strengths and other people's different personality types to see what's good for them. And but I'm doing the right thing. So you're doing the right thing, but this person can't handle it. So it's tricky how to balance everything in life. That's still figuring that out.
Yeah, my guy. Thank you, Ben Goetz. This is the Busy People Podcast.
Thank you, Louis.